Hey guys, Jason here. So, I was out here earlier today. We were getting some decent winds coming through. My evening winds, but they're kind of dying off for the evening, I think. See that guy up there? He's kind of stopping. My old school up there. This guy's still going though. And you'll see that I changed the blades to, well, the 11 Raptor Generation 4s up there. They were running on my Freedom 2 down here, but I thought I would try the 5-blade Generation 5s down here on the Freedom 2 just to see. Plus it gives me a chance to make sure that this blade set is you know, spinning nice and true and not going to vibrate or shake like crazy, which it doesn't. It spins good. So but it actually spins really good on the Freedom 1 in low gusty winds. But anyway, so yeah, the winds are kind of dying off right now. This is towards the end of my evening winds, about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And then tomorrow again they'll start blowing through, probably around noon to around 7 or 8 o'clock at night again. So that's about my evening winds. But I think I like the Raptor Generation 4s because they're a high-speed blade. They're not made for much torque, so in order to get torque out of them, you know, you have to have more of them. But they're a very high-speed blade. Now if you live in an area where you have consistent winds that blow really good, you know, not gusty like I live. My area is all gusty winds, especially in the summertime. Wintertime it doesn't matter. When you know you got wind gusts and winds going over 20 to 70 and more mile an hour, it doesn't matter where the winds are coming from, and it doesn't really matter which blades you're running. For me, you know, I've tried here up here on the roof here. There, I'll just climb up on the ladder. I'll show you. Falcon Mach 3s, I've tried those. The Falcon Mach 4s, the 3-blade set of those, and I tried those. Those actually really work good in low wind speeds, but they're slower. They make a lot more torque, so for Lightning Dog, that might be a good bet for you with your modified turbine, a 5-blade set of the Mach 4s. My Mach 4s are messed up because I had them, it was my fault, I had them tied to that stump right there, and I didn't have guide wires on it, and it blew over one winter and bent them up. But I was messing around and I bent them. But anyway, yeah, those things actually produce a lot more torque. They're not as high speed, but they produce a lot more torque. And the 5-blade set would work really good for low winds. So I think those would be a good bet for you, Lightning Dog. Because yeah, the Raptor Generation 4s, they're a high-speed blade, but not a high-torque blade. So in order to get torque out of the Raptor Generation 4s, you have to add more of them. And you can only go so far with adding more of them, or else it's just a wall of blades. And I think probably 11 blades is the max you'd want to go. Maybe 13, I don't know. But yeah, they're a high-speed blade, not a high-torque blade. The Falcon Mach 4s, on the other hand, are a high torque blade, not a high speed blade. So, Falcon Mach 3s, yeah, once again, they're torque, not speed. So, the Mach 4s over there, the 80 inchers, from tip to tip, whatever. definitely a lot better bet for your modified PMG. But yeah, they are a big blade. They're 80 inches or a little over 80 inches from tip to tip. And because they're solid aluminum, they're noisy. The hum of the PMA or the PMG and any rattle on your pole, it's amplified by these. It seems to act like a big megaphone. And you know, solid aluminum. It's like a big trumpet or something tied to your turbines. Yay, there's my little Chinese. I gotta get him back up, but in a different location. And you know, he's not for battery charging. All my turbines are for emergency backup battery power, 12-volt system. And but since the batteries are charged with my little 20-watt solar panel here, keeps them all charged up, topped off. You hear them going. I should see if I'm making any power. A little bit of gust coming through. But anyway, yeah, I mean, my turbines are for emergency battery backup power. And then grid tying them was a afterthought kind of thing. Here, let's turn the light on. See if we're making any power. Oh, a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this would be just wasted right now because whatever watts are coming in here going through the grid ties would just be wasted if I didn't have the grid tie system, because my battery is fully charged. My emergency backup batteries are fully charged, and so right now I'm just running them on grid ties. And so that extra power from this little bits of wind I'm getting, you know, it's only 3 miles an hour right now, but you know, the little gusts that come through in the evening put a little bit of power back into my grid just because I added the grid ties. And so I don't know, I gotta redo this whole system anyway, but this summer I got a lot more grid ties or at least 3 more I need to put up there, and I need to rewire it and everything, but make it look cleaner. Whatever. But yeah, so I mean, now the Generation 5s, they work good, but I think I like the Generation 4s better. They seem to be more responsive in gusty winds. The 9 Generation 4s seem to be quicker than the 5 Generation 5s. But if I lived in a desert or something, you know, where I didn't have so many darn trees. Sorry guys, I'm shivering a little bit. It's getting cold out. But if I didn't have so many trees around me, the Generation 5s would be an awesome blade. Because they seem to do really well when you get them up into some clean air. Alright, anyway. There's supposed to be some storms blowing through tonight and stuff. But it don't matter. My turbines do what they're supposed to do, and I'm happy with any power that I get from them, the wattage, even though right now it's, you know, not very high, but that's not what they're made for. They're made for the winter time when the power goes out. I can still run my heaters and everything inside the house and have lights and keep my family healthy and warm and keep the food in the fridge cold. Ooh, cold. Shivery. So yeah, grid tying my turbines was a secondary afterthought, because it's like, well, the batteries are charged, and what else am I going to do with the power? Put it back in the grid, save a little bit on the power bill. If I wanted a grid tie, I would probably go 48-volt system, you know. But for me, it works good. It does exactly what I want it to do. Alright, well, thanks for watching, you guys. Just a little wind still blowing through from the evening winds. It's kind of cool. A couple of watts here, a couple of watts there every night. Well, more than a couple, but anyway, thanks for watching again. Talk to you later. Bye bye.